In a small town in the heart of America, amidst the bustling streets and quiet suburban neighborhoods, there was a school that had long been known for its academic excellence. But beneath the surface, there were troubling undercurrents, racism and inequality that students of color had been battling for years. It wasn't just in the hallways or on the playground. It was embedded in the system itself. Tasha Rivers, a single mother and proud black woman, had lived in this town her entire life. She had attended the same schools her children now went to, and while times had changed, she could feel the shadows of racism still looming over the community. Her daughter Maya, a bright and talented student, had always loved school, until one fateful day Maya came home in tears, telling her mother that she had been unfairly singled out by a teacher during class for a minor mistake, while a white student made the same error and was let off with no consequence. Tasha wasn't the kind of mother to let things slide. She had spent years teaching her children to stand up for themselves and be proud of who they were. But now it was her turn to stand up, not just for Maya, but for every child who had suffered in silence. Armed with a fiery determination, she made an appointment with the school principal. What she walked into was nothing short of infuriating. The principal, a white man who had been in charge of the school for years, dismissed her concerns, claiming that Maya's experience had been a simple misunderstanding. "Kids will be kids," he said with a shrug, his tone dripping with condescension. It was clear to Tasha that the school system wasn't willing to change without a fight. Refusing to back down, Tasha took her case to the school board. It wasn't just her daughter's experience she was fighting for, but for all the children of color who were being treated as second-class citizens in a school that claimed to embrace diversity, but did little to ensure equality. She spoke passionately, her voice unwavering, as she detailed the countless instances of racial bias that had gone unnoticed for far too long. Her words resonated with other parents, many of whom had seen similar issues, but were too afraid to speak out. Soon, a movement began to form. Tasha wasn't just fighting for justice for her daughter anymore. She was fighting for every black and brown child who had ever been wronged by the system. Word spread, and soon, hundreds of people showed up at the next school board meeting, holding signs and chanting for change. Teachers, students, and parents all rallied behind her, demanding accountability. The school board was forced to take notice. After several heated meetings and protests, a formal investigation was launched into the school's disciplinary practices, and a new anti-racism curriculum was put into place. The teacher who had singled out Maya was placed on leave, and the principal was reassigned. When the news broke that the school had agreed to make changes, Tasha stood in front of the crowd at the school's annual assembly. Her heart swelled with pride as Maya stood beside her, both of them beaming as they looked out over the crowd of supporters. The applause was deafening. The victory wasn't just for Maya, it was for every student who would now have a fair chance at an education free from bias. That day, the community changed. The fight wasn't over, but Tasha had proven that one voice, fueled by love and a refusal to accept injustice, could shake the foundations of a system built on inequality. And in the end, when her victory was celebrated, it wasn't just a mother's win. It was a triumph for the entire community. Everyone cheered, not just because she won, but because she had shown them that standing up for what is right was worth every ounce of effort. Tasha's story became a beacon of hope, reminding everyone that the fight for equality was far from over. But with courage and unity, change was possible.